Mm, mm. No, you act like I'm not going to be doing that every single time, okay? Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Whack Morning Live. My name is Autumn. This is my husband, Richard, and welcome to Watch Autumn Keto. We go live every Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Also on hashtag Whack Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, right here on YouTube and Facebook if you're watching us. On these morning lives, we just talk about keto. We talk about our lives. We talk about how keto fits into our lives, and we love hearing how it fits into yours as well, right? So right now we're gonna hop in the comments. Dun, 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 dun. No? Okay, all right. Okay, starting it off, we have Kelly Key saying, "I'm first." Yes, you are. Absolutely. So glad you're here. And
somebody got it.
Absolutely. Says, "Good morning, everybody." Gail says, "Good morning, Autumn and Richard." Joy said, "Good morning, amazing Whack fan. Best advice."
Morning.
Good. We're talking about keto advice. Was just to give it 90 days. My first Autumn and keto video, and May 20th will be the 2 years. Lots of ups and downs, but I'm getting there. Yes.
That's it.
Yes, I mean that was one of my pieces of advice on my very first Tips to Success video was just go 90 days. To be honest, after I got through that first week, the 90 days kind of flew by because we always talk about how that first weekend was the most trying time for me on keto because up to that point, I had always been a 5 on, 2 off. I was on a diet, no matter what the diet was, I was on that eating plan.
Until the weekend.
Yep, for Monday through Friday, perfectly. And then on the weekend, I would reward myself for being so good during the week and just go nuts.
Make yourself sick.
And I would, well, I really didn't make myself sick. The first time, the first time I made myself sick was really, it wasn't because of Shanti or Beachbody, but it was it was when I did an insanity program, like the Beachbody insanity program. And I was so like hell bent on sticking to that diet, which was like mostly chicken breast and broccoli and like white rice and oatmeal and berries and stuff. But the amount of food that I was eating was so little, that, and don't get me wrong, I got great results. I got down to 160 pounds, but
so what you were eating and the quantity of what you were eating
was just wrong. Exactly. Right. But it was very standard American diet. Right. And so I remember, that was, I got to the program. I did 60 days, no cheats, no anything.
Straight?
But yeah, 60 days straight, no weekends. Wow. Exactly. But I also that's when I started to realize I started similar to kind of what I do now, which I'm really trying to get away from, is like collecting food for the end,
Yes.
Like I can't have this now, but I can have it at the end. Yes. So what happened was, when I weighed myself on day 60, I took the pictures and the measurements, and then I proceeded to eat so much that's when I made myself throw up for the first time, right? And then ever since then, that really kind of triggered my binge restrict eating tendencies. Like, what was it? It wasn't Shanti's fault, right? Yeah. It was just this way of thinking of I had to eat as little as possible. And then when I was done with the program, I could go back to what I was doing before. That was really my issue with Beachbody programs, is they're for this certain set amount of days. And then I'm like, okay, so it gives you a feeling of doneness, Yeah. And with exercise, that might be okay. But with your diet, that's just not okay, right? Or not healthy for me. So that's what the problem was.
Well, I was just going to say it is a lifestyle mentality. 90 days is nice and sweet and all, but you have to start getting your mind around this is the future.
Yes.
This is not a 90-day thing. This is a break from what I used to do.
Yeah, this is a complete life
bend that arc of history from where it was going to where I want it to go.
Absolutely. And I just didn't learn that lesson from Beachbody back then, but it wasn't Beachbody's fault.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I think mentally.
Kathy P said, "Good morning and happy Monday, wacky whackers." Absolutely.
I was going to say you weren't alone. All of us were that unprepared.
D says, "Morning, good weathers and work fam. Ear hustling while I feed the kitties. We are glad you're here."
Good
Felicia said, "Good morning, Autumn, Richard, the entire Whack family. Happy Monday." Absolutely. Jerry Van West says, "Good morning, Wackalacka Wark fam." Absolutely. I love it. Before I forget, I just want to remind you, because this is going to be the final live before my training tomorrow. So I just want to remind you, today and tomorrow are the last days to register for my macros training. It's a free training. You can click the link down below. We have over 100 people registered, and I'm hyped right now. It's going to be lit, right? So I'm so excited. I've been working on the presentation. I'm just so excited to like share with you guys and hopefully, open up an entirely new world of like demystifying and decomplicating macros and how you can use them and understand them to make yourself even more successful on your keto diet. Don't forget freemacrosmasterclass.com. Use the link in the click the link in the description box below, but that is tomorrow. So by the time we talk on #Whack Wednesday, it will have been done. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want you to miss it.
You take all the guesswork out of the numbers.
Yes.
You make it super simple so that most people who are terrified of the numbers
can understand. Oh my gosh. Jerry Van West said, mostly listening / lurking here while I do my day job. That's all right. I am glad that you're in his house. Joe Ray said, good morning, coming down with the cold. Oh, rebuke that. Absolutely not.
Joe Ray,
hope you feel better.
Us with your presence.
Holly says, good morning, Whack fam. Happy rainy Monday. It's a little cloudy here, not rainy as of yet. Val is here, says, good morning. Hi, Val. I've missed you. Sylvia said, good morning, everybody. Back from vacations and feeling great. That's awesome that you can come back from a vacation and feel great. I absolutely love it. Well, a lot of people like dread coming back to.
The purpose of a vacation is to recharge the battery.
Yes.
So you're using it for its purpose. If you come back drained, it's like, you need probably a few more days on vacation.
Yes. You need to take a vacation from your vacation to get back to your everyday life.
Stay away long enough that you
want to come home. Yes. Mary T said, good morning, wonderful Whack family. I have way more keto advice than most want to hear, but mostly I say find a community. Yes, that is so true. Yeah, absolutely.
Right. That is a great
Karen Sear says, good morning, Whack fam. You all make me love Monday morning. Thank you, Hoofnets. Oh you make me so happy. Ooh, he says, Merry Marvelous Mandatory Meeting Monday. I was not first, but I'm still Captain Carnivore. Absolutely, you are. That is amazing. I love the alliteration. Yes. Susan says, good morning, all. Hello.
Good morning,
he says, don't forget to smash that thumbs up button. You're so right. Lisa said, top of the morning to you, Whack fam. Hi, Lisa J. I'm glad you're here today.
Good morning, Lisa.
Absolutely.
Monday morning we're having right now.
He said, aren't all exercise programs insanity? That's actually quite hilarious.
Yeah, you definitely have to embrace that.
Beth said, good morning, Whack fam.
I can't say you're wrong.
Sent you that info on Messenger. Thank you so much. That means so much to me. Also, Beth, I've been, you remember we talked about not getting any sleep recently, and I've been talking about using, a lot of you guys recommended using those like fall asleep, meditation sound apps.
You still drink your phone?
I don't, that's what I should do. But also, I finished The Circle yesterday, so no more binge watching. I want to talk all about it. Is this what Discord is for? Like, I want to have a detailed conversation about The Circle, but this is not the place. So it was absolutely amazing. I loved it, but it made me stay up late again, and it messed with my sleep cycle.
Totally messed your sleep cycle.
Yes, TCC here says good morning. Rhonda said hello.
Good
yes,
morning,
that is
Rhonda.
Amazing. So excited. Keto Dana's here, says good morning, my wonderful Whack fam. Absolutely. So, oh my gosh, the cold's been snaking its way through her entire family.
You gotta put salt in front of your door, I think.
Yes. Is that what it is? Mary T said, I would also say be strict for those first few months until that keto switch happens. There's no going on and off keto, at least for the first while. I absolutely agree. That's what I struggle with when people like say they want to go keto, and then the first question is, well, when can I have my first cheat day? And I was just like, and by people, I mean Amber. That's what she asked. Yeah, exactly. That's not how you can be going looking at it. Yeah. Phyllis says, good morning, Whack fam. Listening in this Monday morning. I'm so glad that you're here, Phyllis. Absolutely.
If you go in thinking 30 or 60 or 90, like you're thinking like finish line mentality, that's not, you're always defeating yourself before you start. Like you have to go in 30, 60, 90 thinking, can I continue this mentality?
Exactly.
Not like, when it's over. Yeah. No, it's not going to be over.
It's never going to be over. That's what I put it as, because we're talking about this because it's on the May I Get to Know You challenge that I put on Facebook and Instagram, and so many people had such great pieces of advice. Definitely go check out those posts, to see the advice. But I was like, I want to talk about that here on the live because y'all was dropping some nuggets. Jervin West said, like the song One Day at a Time. That's all I need. If I can be keto for one day, not looking at tomorrow yet because I can be keto sober today and I'm not overwhelmed by the enormity in front of me. That's a great way to look at it. That's a great way
to relieve that pressure.
Yes. So, yes.
Your mentality can't even think 30, 60 days. Like, just think one day.
Yes.
We'll put one day.
TC said, I have to go, but wanted to tell you the best keto advice I've ever received. You do you. Gave me freedom. Yeah, that's kind of what I realized. So Laura said, I registered but never received any information. You should have received an email that said, thank you for registering, but I haven't sent out the link or anything yet because it would just get lost in the inbox anyway. But be on the lookout today and tomorrow for that information.
The link to the actual video won't happen until close to the launching up.
Exactly.
Now you're just getting the video's coming.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be sending today, like, one more chance. Don't forget to sign up. And then tomorrow I'll be sending the actual link. Kelly said, is the master class through Zoom? Yes, it will be. So I get to see your faces if you want to.
And by now, I think 80% of the population are Zoom aficionados.
I know, right? Mom said 71st comment. Mom, if you actually counted, I will be so disappointed.
I mean, she did seem like the type.
Val said, missed y'all too. I've been off plan, so avoiding keto content. Don't do it. It's been rough, but I may be ready to get back on track. Come back to us, girl. I know, right?
It's called living life.
And look, I'm the exact same way. I'm like, look, if I'm not on plan, I don't want to see all these people like, killing it, nailing it. I just want to be by myself.
But that's the thing, though, is no one's really killing it.
I was gonna say supposedly, but I didn't want to throw any shade. Like,
most of us bump into
these
those
people
rails.
supposedly nailing it.
Most of us bump into those rails especially during holidays and stuff like
Brian
that.
said, "Good morning, Wark fam from Raining Caboodle Farm. You're hustling this morning and working remote with HookNet. That sounds great that you guys get to work together." Tanya's here says, "Hey, Wack fam, good mornings, multiple mornings. I absolutely love it.
That's
all the mornings put together. Good all the mornings." So
that's a great
Gail said, I was awake all night on Saturday. Yeah, I was awake late Saturday night either, which really, and Sunday. But I don't know if it was the mixture of being awake and then all the bad stuff that I ate on Saturday, but I had such high hopes of being productive yesterday, and they were all just like squandered. Like, I was so tired. My eyes were burning. I tried to lay down and go to sleep. I couldn't do that. But then when I woke up, it was 2 hours later and I was like, what? And then, but I still didn't feel any better rested. Like, I woke up, I told Richard, I said, I am in such a bad mood right now. I was just like, if I would have slept and that would have made me pep up, it would have been worth it. But it's like, you mean to tell me I slept all of this time and I still don't feel good? So that
it was just a perfect situation of calamity. Where it was after an eating day, you stayed up watching a good show you'd like, and you didn't do all the work you was planning on doing.
Yeah, it was a
perfect wrong day to do any of that.
It was a lot. So I had to give myself grace. I had to be like, well, it is what it is. I did clean the kitchen and wash the dishes and things like that. So that made me happy.
Did enough for me. I thought you were extremely productive.
Thank you, sweetheart. Joe Ray said, one question about the circle. Were you happy with who won? I thought it was great. Yes, both seasons. I was very happy with who won. Now, it was so interesting to see that the second season was filmed during COVID because clearly I saw the table was like 6 feet apart. There were no people at the finale. I was like, oh man, they didn't get the true circle experience. But I will tell you that one of my favorite like British accents now is the Essex accent. Like, I can't even pretend to do it, but like that was just such an interesting way that she talked. I absolutely loved it. No, yes, we need to talk about this. Like, I'm obsessed. It was such a great show. But I just randomly saw when I was going, because now there's Circle, the after party, where it's like a reaction show of everything that happened. Then I saw Watch Next, the Circle France. I was like, y'all ain't gonna get me. I'm not watching it, okay? I'm not doing it. Like, that would just be another wormhole I do not need to fall down. So I'm not going to do that one. I would definitely do the British one if I found it, but I can't. I'm not reading as well, like I can't do it. So it was a lot. So.
Yes, it is.
Yes. Mary T said, you can tell me if you're happy about who won, but don't tell me. Yeah, just starting tonight. Mary, you were supposed to start last night so that we could talk about it today, but that's okay. Start it. But yeah, no spoilers. I'll just say I love that show. And it was one, I was telling Richard, I was like, now this is the sort of reality show I would actually want to be on, because you're by yourself the whole time. Like the social aspect of it, like being with other people, like that's why I can never do The Amazing Race. Like just like there's so many things that are out of your control in those other reality competitions. But this one, you're just by yourself. And I was like, this seems like so much fun. So yeah, exactly. Yeah, right. Lisa J said meal prep is key. Desperation and hunger leads to bad decisions. All the bad decisions. You right. Yes. I absolutely love meal prep, and I still, I still do it 3 years in.
Very wise to do. So growing up, my mom and dad always used to tell me, don't go grocery shopping hungry.
I was going, don't go chasing waterfalls. And I was like, oh, that is sage advice. So
don't do that either.
Okay.
I've actually never seen a person chase
the water. Nobody even knows what that song meant. Laura said, I have learned cheat days aren't worth it. I have learned to read labels and ingredients. Thanks for your help. That is great. Great advice. So, yes, absolutely. Knowledge nuggets. He said, I am feeling so full, 4 hard-boiled eggs, 6 breakfast links, and 1 stick of string cheese. That is a lot. I love that for you. Not the hard-boiled eggs, but
you do not like hard-boiled
I do not. But I was thinking like, okay, if I was to substitute that with like 4 scrambled eggs and 6 breakfast links.
You like string cheese?
Yeah, I definitely like string cheese. I don't eat it a lot, but I like it. But because I prefer other cheese. Like I'd much rather have like cheddar
that's
cheese.
Me too. Yeah. It's like if all the cheeses are on the table, string would be like way down there.
String. It's just mozzarella. It's not like a specific type of cheese. What is your favorite type of cheese? String. Exactly. Like no, that's
what they call it. I don't call it that.
B Sweet said, "Good Monday morning, everyone." Absolutely. Jen is here. Says, "Morning. Work getting in the way of my keto support groups here and Clubhouse." Yeah, work be like that sometimes. Things are picking back up. Joe Ray said, "I wanted to watch the Circle Brazil and France, but it's all subtitles, so I'm not doing that." Yeah, I was just like, y'all not getting me. So. Yes, Wednesday, it's a circle review date. Yes, thank you so much. I cannot wait because it is so entertaining. Like it is so sheerly entertaining, at least for me, right? Beth said, me too. I would be kicked off because I would get kicked off right away. Yeah, I would speak my mind and my face would tell it all. Absolutely. And that's another thing. I even told Richard, even though I want to be on the circle, I don't think I would make it very far. Like as long as I wasn't the first person eliminated, I would probably be the second person eliminated. But like it would still be fun in the meantime.
Well, I mean, it's all about knowing the rules of the game.
Yes.
You know the rules of the game. I think the key to that game is you always have to be a little fake.
And I'm sure there's a lot more conversations that we don't even see due to editing, but I was just like, they're just so pointed in what they show you. Brianna said, how do people not know TLC? I know their Grammy performance of that song was lit. Ooh, I normally don't do live performances, so I have to go back and watch that. What I did not know is, and this was No Scrubs, not Waterfall. I didn't know that Candy Burris wrote No Scrubs and Tiny from Escape. I didn't know that. And I was like, oh my gosh, so much money. Because those were hits.
How many moons?
Smash hits.
Ghostwriters are.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they wrote the song. They didn't, purport that TLC bought it.
People sing.
Yeah, they're written by other. Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of hits.
Beth said, The Amazing Race is too much pressure. If my partner talked to me sideways, I would stop and say, we're not going until you fix it. You ain't making me look like a fool on TV. The problem is I would be that partner. I would be the villain and everyone would be so sympathetic toward poor Richard, who all he wants to do is make me happy and feel good. Like it's okay. And I'm like, it's not okay, Richard.
Well, I want to win too. No. But I wouldn't besmirch you along the way.
I know, right? So I would there'd be plenty of besmirching on my part, and everyone. I would be the villain in that relationship.
I'd be like, "How do we go?
Yeah. But see, it's so funny because if I was with Amber would be the villain in that relationship, and I'd be like, "Amber, I'm just trying to help." It's just so different the roles that we play in our relationship. Laura said, "What do you say is the best cheese for keto? All cheeses." When it comes to cheese, I pretty much do it if it fits your macro sort of thing. So my answer to that's going to be the lowest carb cheese, right? Which is like the hard cheeses, like Parmesan, extra sharp cheddar, But then you have cheeses like mozzarella that have 1 gram of carb per ounce and like Colby, 1 gram of carb. Like I'm okay with that. Then you got blue cheese that has like 2 grams of carbs per ounce. Like all cheese is fine to me because I'm willing to spend up to 2 grams of it. But I do, it fits my macros. Yeah. Yeah. So that's how I feel about it. So I love all of them.
Yes.
My favorite. He says my favorite cheese. Well, what you got? Exactly. Yeah. Behold the power of cheese. Yeah, it ain't easy being choosy. You're so funny. But yeah, they're all the same for me. As long as you like the taste of them. I've rarely run into a cheese where I didn't like the taste of. You know, some are just funkier than other cheeses, but it's still good. Lynette's here says good morning. Like Felicia said yes. Candy's very talented. Yeah, I did not know that she was also a songwriter and producer, and that she wrote bigger hits for other people than her group in fact had. So yeah. Alyssa said, good morning. Work is a lot right now. So glad I'm able to catch you live for some positive vibes. We're so glad that you're here too, Alyssa.
Good
Absolutely.
morning, Alyssa.
So
absolutely wonderful Monday.
Yes.
I think someone said it's a meaty Monday.
Bessie, yesterday on the Circle Netflix Instagram, they had a post with Chloe and Mitch did British and USA words like sweater and jumper. Yes. Now Chloe and Mitch, I want to see what happens off the back of that. So yes.
You are.
Mary T said, "OMG, you two remind me of me and my hubby. All he wants to do is make me happy." And poor guy, yeah, the goalpost changes a lot. Exactly. It's never the right thing. Whatever you're trying, it's never the right thing. It's not your fault. Your fault. So, Green Koki says, does keto impact your hormones and menstrual cycle? Dr. Mindy recommends getting off ketosis for the 7 days before your period. Yes, I actually need to rewatch that video. So I've become a lot more in tune with how keto affects my hormones. And I really didn't pay attention to it till I was on Clubhouse one time, and Danny Vega Mauda, that's her name. I was like, what is his wife's name? She was talking about how she carb cycles like a week before her period's supposed to start, because if not, it always comes early. And I was like, ooh, I had very short cycles as well. I thought that was just me, you know? So I remember like carb upping, don't get me wrong, it was like sugar upping. It wasn't like a targeted, you know, I just happened to have lots of carbs like about a week before my period, and it did push it back into like the normal 28-day range. And I was like, ooh, I'm really gonna have to start to experiment with the timing of doing that.
When did you find this out?
Like 2 months ago. Yeah, so I've only done it a couple of times. And so I really haven't zeroed in the way that I want, because that's also the same for fasting. It's like alternate day fasting isn't good all the time. You know, like your body, even regular, like, you know, OMAD might not even be good all the time. Like your hormones, like certain things happen cyclically, right? That are important for your hormones. So I'm definitely gonna, you know, get into that. That's a great question.
You're just now starting to get into that realm as well, where it's like,
it's a small fault. Is that a green coqui right there? Is that on your fingertip?
Yep. It's a finger.
Once again, that is too small. I would not be able to keep track of it. Ergo, I would just be like, oh, it's on my neck. Like I can't do it.
Seeing it on the ground.
Yeah, you're right.
You'd be like, what the heck was that?
It'd be like a bird, or like a bird, like a bug. It'd be a jumping bug. It'd be no different than a cricket. And crickets and grasshoppers are my least favorite bugs because they jump. When you get that third axis, like, okay, you can run this way or you can run this way. When you can go up, no, different, game changer.
Flying is
absolutely not.
At least jumping's temporary.
No, but jumping is also, but like flying is also more like steady or smooth. Jumping is such a burst of like, yeah, like it's just like a burst and you don't know which direction they're going in. Latanya says, happy Monday, Wack Fam. But like if they're flying, you can at least see it. You can see it jumping. You literally don't know which direction it can go. Why would you say that to me? Why?
Jump and half fly.
No, absolutely not. No, absolutely no. I can't do it. So the short answer is I don't pay attention as closely as I would like to, but I have recently become aware of the impact of keto and hormones, and I do want to take a more holistic approach to regulating that moving forward.
I like that.
So yeah, that'll be something I look into. So.
Nice.
Jen said, yeah, what about those jumping spiders? I don't like those. Yeah, let's just move on in terms of talking about jumping things. Exactly. You can't do it. Green Koqui says, absolutely love you too. I appreciate it. Aww. Can you let me know? Is it like Qui as in like the Q-U-I? Is it like a key? Is it like a K sound? I would love to know because it causes me great anxiety to not know how to pronounce the Koqui. Koqui. See, it could be so many different like variations.
That is true.
Key. See, she said key. Now I'm over here saying queen like an idiot. It's been key this whole time. Oh my God. The shame. No, see, I appreciate it. See, Koki, thank you very much. I appreciate you so much. That's all I'm saying.
There you go.
Jory said there are always grasshoppers where I walk/run. Always scares me thinking it's a stick or a wood chip and then it jumps. Girl, exactly.
Especially those are like praying mantis size.
Exactly. Like, they're like 4 inches long.
You
exactly.
Think it's a stick and it jumps.
Oh my God.
She's across the street.
Exactly. Across the 4-lane street. I'm getting hit. Like, so do you know what bugs I don't really mind a lot?
Stick grasshopper?
No, I mind those a lot. It's like centipedes, things that can only move so fast. And it's just like, oh, I know you're not a threat at all. Like, I know exactly what you're going to do. You know, like they can't go really fast. They can't really vary their direction and speed a lot. So it's just like, oh, okay. I can anticipate where you're going to be. It's when I just don't know where they're going that I'm like, I can't do it. So.
No, I understand.
I absolutely
I think the number one thing is no one wants it on them. I think that's the key is you don't want to touch them. The second one of those grabs like touches your leg or your shoulder, then all heck breaks loose.
Mary T said, I let my kitten outside with no restraint for the first time yesterday, and in 2.3 seconds, she ran back in with a bird. Nope. No. Well, it was her token for you. It was a gift.
That's why you gotta watch the door. You shut that door right in front of them. Drop that bird. No, you ain't getting in there with that.
No.
Because once they get in the house, it's like, where you gonna put it at? On the couch?
Yes. Jerry Van West said, Koki, it's not bagels. Just stop. Once again, stop hating on the way I say bagels.
No, I think that's
Look, my mom told me that there was a keto chow discussion about that on the live a couple of days ago. And hopefully she commented, like I asked my mother to comment. Autumn says you guys are haters. Over on their live, they were just having a discussion on the way I said bagels.
I mean, that's not hate. That's logical.
That's observation. Green Koki says, I don't like dragonflies. I don't like most flies, but yes, absolutely.
Yes. Yeah,
what? Now, Joray says centipedes can be poisonous, though. Freaking creepy. Why would you do that, Joray? I cannot.
They're just hitting you with facts.
Wow. Laura said, I went outside this morning in the courtyard, and we have a lot of snails over there. We also have small lizards.
That was my grandmother's
house. We've got to move on.
That was my grandmother's house. Every night you'd see like slime trails everywhere, and be like, "Do they have like a congregation meeting?"
No, we can't.
Like they all came out over the sidewalk and like pow out, and everybody went back home.
Yes. Oh my God. Dee says, "Oh boy, we take ours out in the yard semi-regularly, and we witnessed one catching a bird right out of the air. Talk about traumatic. My husband got him to release it though. You know, Milton Madeline will catch birds or squirrels, or like I've seen Madeline catch a rodent, and I'm just like, no. Like, I was like, no, I can't touch you. I can't touch this thing. And see, and this is where like grandma is a G, man. Like she gets a shovel and she'll just like bury that thing. I'm like, I can't do it.
That's
like, I mean, it's amazing. So yeah, they gotta watch Maddie.
No, I mean, my thing is I just don't want you breaking it in the house. Yes. Like, whoa. So that's what I think happened to me once with my mom's dog. I let him out. And he went back in. They brought like a. Oh yeah, I don't know if it was a possum, but it was something big. I was like, "What are you doing? I had a stick, like you gonna crack that thing."
Kelly said, "I don't like any bugs at all. I had an inchworm on me, and all my daughter got out of her mouth was theirs while pointing." You're right. I can't do that.
Well, I think that's the point.
My God!
That's the point. No one wants it touching you.
Beth said there was a dead mole in my planter this morning. LeVar found it. If I found it, I would have been dead. You're right. Oh my God.
Well, that's gardening too, right? That's
Tanya said, Autumn, do you have any cicadas yet? 'Tis the season. Cincinnati is supposed to get a bunch. Yeah. No, we're supposed to get a bunch too, but it will be happening. No, I remember when my best friend, White Richard, like he took all the cicada shells and he put them on my desk one time at work as a practical joke. And he didn't know that I was deathly afraid of bugs. And so I saw all these cicada shells on my desk and I just started freaking out and like jumped up from my desk, running around the office, screaming, crying, like, they're everywhere, they're everywhere. Ah! And the thing is, Richard wasn't there because he got to work later than I did. So our other coworker was there and I was running around screaming. She was like, "Sweetie, are you okay? What's happening?" I was like, "Why are they everywhere? I don't understand." Like we were all friends. So she instant messaged Richard because he works on his computer at home and then he packs up and comes to the office. She instant messaged Richard and she was just like, "Do you know what's going on with like these bugs at Autumn's desk?" And he was like, "Wonder what that's all about, cheeky." And then Mindy was like, "Oh no, like this wasn't a fun practical joke. She's like hyperventilating right now." And he was like, "Oh my God," he felt so bad. But I was like, they're everywhere. I'm screaming. And so Mindy comes to me. She says, Autumn, Richard did it as a joke. He didn't know that, you didn't like bugs, but he told me where all of them were and I got all of them and it's okay. Like you can go back to your desk. So now I'm just like shaking, going to my desk, like trying to work, like just like paranoid trying to work. And then all of a sudden, Mindy's at her desk and she comes and she just gets up and she comes over to me and she puts her hand around me and then she just reaches and does something else. Like she missed one and she reaches and I was just like, they're still here. Like I got up and ran. I mean, it was horrible. Like my bosses, they were like, do you need to go home for the day? And I was just like, no. I was just like, I'm okay. It's okay. Richard didn't know. Like I was crying so hard. But
how old were you?
This was only like 8 years ago. So yeah, it was like 27. But do you know what he did to make it up to me? He bought me an entire dozen of Panera bagels because he knew those were my favorite. And I was just like, I'm going to get over this and we're going to laugh about it one day. Yes. But it was horrible.
Apparently so.
It was absolutely horrible. He said, shameless self-plug, but make sure you watch my latest MS Journey video and maybe we can win. Oh, yeah, maybe you can win a new caramel macchiato keto chow flavor. Awesome. Like, let me know. I still don't know the rules. Is it available to the public? Because... oh, yeah, I got a ton of them, too, because Chris and Miriam must have known that my mama wasn't giving me the bag back. And I was like, do people get access to these? Is it only in the child club? I don't know. Regardless, I'm so excited to make those this week. Well, one of them this week, because I am having keto chow this week. So that is exciting. So Green Cokie said, cicadas are coming back this season. Such an ugly bug. And a loud bug and an annoying bug. So
I don't like the ones that can punch you.
Oh my God.
It's like, ow, what the heck?
Is it Elongomax? Says, I wonder if Autumn has ever seen a Dobson fly. Adults can be like 4 to 6 inches long, including their pinchers. Why would you give me that visual?
I can guarantee you that's enough. That's enough stuff.
Andrea says, good morning. I finally caught a live. Remote learning stops everything. One more week left. Well, we're glad that you're here. We're glad that the summer is coming up.
Good morning.
Yes. Calabama Adventure says, that's one thing I love about living in northern Arizona. There are practically no bugs. Scorpions, though, like what? A lizard? It's no better. What? Reptiles? No, they're all bad. They're all bad. Cece said, hey. Sorry, I'm late, but I had to get my running in. You never apologize for running, girl. Exactly. So, see, now here Mary T goes, have you ever heard of the maple bug? They are brown and orange and congregate by the thousands on the side of our house. I can't get rid of them no matter what. Bug bomb and squish.
I mean, this is gardening 101.
Why? Which is why I don't like gardening, you guys. Come on. We talked about
this. You gotta be out there amongst the animals of nature.
Yes. Joe Ray said, OMG, I love that story. Yeah, it was, look, it took me about 6 months to get over and to not, I was never angry because he didn't know. But I also just don't like practical jokes. But that's also not the practical joke to do. I would have rather he put glue in my chair or something. I would have been like, ha ha ha. But bugs, I don't play with bugs. But he didn't know that.
Big practical joker.
Me too, right?
That's where you lose me with that. Especially I'm more of a unless it's such a subtle humorous thing. Mm-hmm. It can't be out of fear or anger or malicious intent. If you're trying to scare or something like that.
Those scary practical jokes.
I like a ha-ha.
But, the thing is, it showed me, it was clearly just my aversion to bugs because Mindy was just like, oh, geez. And then she just scooped them onto the garbage. She wasn't freaked out at all. I was like, oh, my God.
Which I'm pretty sure 80% of black people would just
Kathy says, hi, you haven't lived until you've encountered a palm or Palo Verde beetles here in the summer, large and in charge? No, thank you. Okay,
so hissing cockroaches.
Yes, Andrea said only Chow Club right now. That is crazy.
There you go.
Kelly Key said, "Don't Google Dawson." I never was.
Yeah,
okay,
that wasn't how pop was. You never had an inkling to actually see. No, we're not Googling any of these mysterious maple
Jay says, previously I worked in a building that was renovating at the upper level floors. One day while construction was happening, a roach fell from the ceiling onto a supervisor. The manager was upset. For part 2. I need to hear more about what's going on there. That's amazing. Okay, was upset that the supervisor screamed and told everyone to keep working. I don't work there now. No, the day is over if that happened.
I said, you can't trust
Oh my God, Stacy said the only bug I can do was a roly-poly. I remember those. Umbrella. Like when we were little, people used to like catch and throw lightning bugs at each other. I was like, and this is when I had to go home for the evening. Like that's when like, oh, it's getting too dark. We're throwing lightning bugs at each other. So
don't throw stuff.
No. No, oh my gosh. Joe Ray said we had a coworker that absolutely hates everything about bananas. They taped a peel under his chair and he was freaking out trying to figure out why he kept smelling bananas. That would have been funny for like 5 minutes and then I would have been like, ha ha, joke, but
well then the person doing it has to come and remove the
has to do
fast.
Yes.
Like, don't leave it there for a day or two.
I would have been like, hey, that's funny, let's go search in here and then I would have had them take it away. That's pretty funny.
Mess with them for like a period.
But see, here's the difference. Dislikes bananas is one thing, but if he were allergic to bananas, that would have been a step there. I'm like, okay, that takes it to a different level.
They don't know your medical record, so
exactly right. So it was.
So let me see. Is he? Let's
yes.
look into this. Oh, yes, he is. My apologies. Let me take that back.
No. Oh, my gosh. Tanya said, my friend hates bugs, too. She moved into a new house. Palmettos dropping were found. Her boss knew this and stuck a dead water bug in her book. Oh, my God. I can't. I can never do that. That's Mary said, we don't have lightning bugs here. Never seen one. It's the one bug I would like to see. They might not. They're not going to be here in Louisville in September. Well, you won't be here this year anyway, Mary. But it is. But they're harmless enough. But it's like, when you try to throw them at people, that's not fun anymore.
You shouldn't throw a lot of things at other people.
Yes, Joey said not allergic since the banana was under his chair. It took him all day to figure out. No, I wouldn't have got that either. I wouldn't have thought. I would have definitely looked at the eye level plane. I mean, that's smart. I wouldn't have gotten it.
Of course, I don't hang with practical jokers. So who thinks of looking under your chair?
Exactly. That's exactly how I feel. Jen said my kids are allergic to bananas and avocados. Your multiple children are allergic to the same thing. That's so interesting. Are you allergic to bananas and avocados?
Let's track this back.
She said my kids call them glow up bugs. Pretty much.
I mean, they're just floating around. It's just light.
That is absolutely great.
Rear ends like that.
So yesterday it was supposed to be eating day, but it was supposed to be a large eating day where like I had my entire meal prep, but I was still so, like I said, full from Saturday. I actually, like I said, slept a lot of the day. Like I just wasn't hungry at all. So I ended up making it a small day where I only had my cheese snacks and jerky. And that was pretty good. And today is actually a small day that I'm supposed to have. So I think I'm just going to do another small day in a row. Nice. Exactly. And then I'll be ready to eat on medium day tomorrow. So if you don't remember, so this week I'm trying something different where I am having varied amount of calories every day. So 3,000, 2,000, and 1,000 calories. On my large eating day, it'll be 3,000 calories. And then I drop to a small day, which is like 1,000 calories. Then I go to a medium day, which is 2,000. Then I do large, small, medium.
And this is for your hormones too, right? So you're trying to balance it all out.
Yeah, I'm trying to vary. It's more my metabolism than my hormones. Yeah. So I'm just working on varying the amount of food that I get. And then I'm fasting completely on Saturday, right? So that'll be a long fast. So what that does is that puts me at approximately like 1,700 calories a day because I do average out to make sure that I'm eating enough food. So I'm going to try that just to see how I feel about eating every day, eating different amounts. And then we'll go from there. So like I said, yesterday was supposed to be a large day. Then today is a small day, but yesterday was a small day. And I'm making another one today. I stepped on the scale today, 197. That's a loss of 4.8.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm good with that. We talked yesterday. Like, I really feel like I've turned over a new leaf with, like, just getting back on plan and realizing that I'm not hurting anybody but myself or the people that, like, look at me as inspiration when I'm not really being true to myself, right? So I was just like, I feel great.
That's a sliding scale. I think even in your faults, if you're being honest.
I am being honest. And look, I'm being honest and I'm being guilt and stress free. Like I said, my goal is not to eat clean for the rest of my life. It's not to eat keto for the rest of my life. It's to eat in a way that does not cause me regrets and guilt and stress, right? Yes. Sometimes that means having a super crazy red day and going off the rails and like no regrets, woo! But a lot of times I'm finding that when I eat like that, I have that stress of like, that's just not really what's going to put me in the best place. So I want to reel it back in. I think
what it is just you're slowly, having been born into the standard American diet as we all have, this is just it took you 2 decades before you actually realized there was an issue of 2.5. And then you're slowly coming around to like eating the actually healthy way as opposed to the way we were raised thinking. And that takes time. I think it's not so much you're not going to be keto the rest of your life.
Well, no, that is my plan. I'm just saying that's not the only focus.
No, but I think that's your stress reliever. That way you don't put too much pressure.
Exactly.
But I'm saying that in reality, though, you're still
that is do what I want to do.
You want those days to be so small that, like, I think it's married to you. They're just like, I don't even interested in
keto every day. I know, right? I love it.
The more you eat that way, the more you just don't want like a
agree.
soda that's just all
that's
sugary.
The dream.
Exactly.
Kelly said, "How exactly do you throw a bug that flies?" They would catch it, so just catch it
aggressively
and then throw it. Yeah, exactly.
You basically killing things. You're killing things.
D said, do you do 10 total carbs when you do ketovore, or do you not pay much attention to your carbs? So my carbs only come from cheese. And so that can keep me at around 10 total carbs. This week, I'm doing something a little different. I'm having keto chow as well, which adds another 7 to 10 total carbs. So it'll be around 20 total carbs, but with the net carbs and everything, that evens out. But normally, like I said, when I do my ketovore and I eliminate the sweets, my only carbs come from cheese. The Cello Wisps have 1 gram of carb per packet. Moon cheese has 1 gram of carb. Either mozzarella that I use for my skillet pizza. Oh yeah, 1 gram of carbs will come from the pepperoni, the processed meat. There might be a couple grams of carbs in the bratwurst. So all my carbs only come from the meat and cheese. But I still count it. I still, keep track of it, but that's where they come from. So, Jen says, nope, I'm not allergic to either, but it is tied to a latex allergy, which runs in my husband's family. That is so interesting.
So
just like Cece said, look at that. That is so interesting.
Nice.
Mary said, Autumn, you are real, and that is why people love you. I'm so glad I found you on my maintenance journey. I'm so glad that you found us too, Mary T. I absolutely love it. So, Holly said, that is great, Autumn. Thank you. I really realized that's my goal. For the most part, 99% of the time, I want them to be the same thing. Eating keto and eating guilt and stress-free, they'll be the same thing. But there'll be other times where eating guilt and stress-free also means not eating keto, and that's okay, right? Exactly. But for the majority of the time, I do want them to be the same thing.
It's going to take time. There's no light bulb. There's no light switch moment. It's going to take all of its time.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Andrea said, I'm still trying to figure myself out also. I've had GB 23 years ago, and I'm still trying to balance. Is that gastric bypass, maybe? Let's go with that. So, yes, Mary T said, oh, you remember my keto everyday motto. It worked for that. It worked for that first year during weight loss. Yeah, perfect. I love it. I think it's great.
But it's always up here. You have to convince yourself up here, and then the body follows.
Yes, I'm going to say, is that? I know it's not Aunt Janet.
I think it is Aunt Janet.
Aunt
Janae.
We run up in here. Says, yay, I made it to live. It's been a while. Good morning from Tucson, Arizona. I'm so glad that you're here joining us on this early morning.
Wonderful meeting.
But also, it's time to go, right? So we're gonna finish it up today because I have to go to the shop. I have to work on my presentation. Tomorrow is the big day, everybody. Right? So I'm so excited.
What's happening tomorrow?
Tomorrow is my free macros training at 7 p.m. Eastern. Go ahead and click the link in the description to sign up. Also, if you can't make it live, there will definitely be a replay sent to you.
Yes.
So sign up so that I can know that you want that, and I'll send it to you. Right?
Knowledge is power.
Jessica said, I'm late, but I made it. Hey, wackos, you are late just in time to say hi, bye. So, yes. Oh, my God. Pamela said, did an extra 1,000 jumping jacks listening to you this morning. I wish I could do 1,000 jumping jacks.
Well, you have to listen to yourself.
I can't. Then I have to talk. I would be so out of breath, you guys. Okay. And on this note, we gonna go. So once again, I can reprimand my husband and be the villain.
You're so cute.
Everyone have a great day. And if I'm seeing you at the masterclass tomorrow, that's gonna be exciting. So I'll see you tomorrow. And if not, I will catch you on Wednesday. Hashtag Whack Wednesday. Yeah, for that, we're just gonna ride on the outro. So have a good day, everyone.
Goodbye.
Bye.